What's up guys, it's me, Dude back with another video for Guild Wars 2. And I just want to start off by saying thank you so much for the support on the first video. We got like 20 likes, I want to say, and 550 views in 5 days. So definitely one of my best videos on my channel so far. So yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate the support. And in today's video, we're going to be doing another build review, but this time it's the Conditioned Druid. So check this out. I'll just jump straight in and showcase the build, and then we'll do the same thing as last time. We'll go over gear, build, and rotation, and all that other good stuff. So engage. Alright. And as you can see, we've got 12k, 14k bleed, 15k. It's definitely another bleeding build for sure. Yeah, you can see we're over here, we're doing 23k DPS, so not too bad, not at all. 24. Yeah, let's go over the build, and then we'll do rotation after. Alright, so here's the build. We're going to be using Skirmishing, Wilderness Survival, and Druid. Now, there's a couple key traits we want to look out for. The absolute main one is the first one in Druid. It's called Blood Moon. When you when you disable or immobilize an enemy, you inflict 2 stacks of bleeding. That's huge for this build. And then, traditionally a Druid is a healing build, but one of the patches they did a couple months ago, maybe a year at this point, allowed Druid to be fully offensive with Eclipse. Your Celestial Avatar skills are offensively augmented. So we get Poison, we get Burning, we get Chill, and then we get Immobilize, all that good stuff. So these 2 traits are key in making this build possible. The rest of the build, pretty much just damage modifiers, to be honest. This one right here, you and your pets have a chance to cause bleeding on crits. And then we take Vicious Quarry right here. So Fury gives an extra 15% crit chance, and we get a little bit extra ferocity. But that's going to allow us to proc this a little bit more. I don't really notice too much of a difference. Probably like 1k DPS difference. But yeah, if you want to play a little more defensively, you could take Primal Reflexes to gain permanent vigor. This one's just increased vitality, just increased condition damage, and cooldown reduction on our main weapon set. This one's just a little bit more poison damage. So yeah, it's just a bunch of damage increases. And for utilities, they're not set in stone, but these are pretty good ones to get maximum DPS. We want Spike Trap, Sharpening Stone, Signet of the Wild, and Entangle. And your heal skill, you can really take anything. If you're playing in a group, I like to take Glyph of Rejuvenation, because you can heal your allies for quite a bit. It's like 7 to 8k without any healing power. It's kind of crazy. But we heal as one. It's always a good choice for a ranger, because it copies your boons to your pet. But yeah. And for the weapon sets, we want to take Axe, Dagger, Dagger, Torch, in that order. It's really fun too. You have a lot of evades, you have a lot of condition damage on this set. So let's take a look at the gear now. We're using full Vipers, yet again, with a Relic of the Demon Queen. You could use a Relic of the Fractal. I'm broke, and I don't want to spend all my gold on a Relic of the Fractal, so I'm just using this one. And this allows me to apply 2 stacks of poison every time I disable a foe, which has really good synergy with this right here, Blood Moon. Yep, and then for the axe, we want to take Sigil of Concentration for boon duration. We want to take Sigil of Earth for bleeding whenever you crit. We want to take a Sigil of Geomancy to inflict bleeding after weapon swap. And then a Sigil of Agony to increase bleeding duration by 20%. Now, you can trade out this boon duration one, but I just enjoy playing a more supporty style, like giving out boons at the same time as doing DPS, so I like to keep this one. But it's really your personal choice, to be honest. And now let's go over the rotation. In the last segment, I forgot to go over this, but a very key trait is Hunter's Tactic as well. You deal more damage and have an increased chance to crit when attacking from behind or from the side of a Defiant foe, which Defiant means break bar, if it has a break bar, and generally every single boss in the game is you're gonna benefit from this. Sorry, words. Every single boss in the game is defiant, so you always want to be attacking from the behind or from the side for that 15% crit and that 15% damage. So for the rotation, it's pretty simple. There's a couple abilities that we want to prioritize over the other ones, and that's going to be Dagger 2 and Axe 2, because that is your biggest bleeding damage in the whole kit by far. So we start off the rotation in Dagger Torch, and we want to use our Sharpening Stones into Bonfire and Instinctive Engage, which is Torch 5, Dagger 3. And what that's going to do is give us a Fire Aura, so if we get attacked, we do even more burning. And as you can see, just autoing, I'm already at 8.4k. It's crazy. Alright, let's call the pet off, reset our cooldowns. From there, I just like to use Dagger 2. So we'll do that. Dagger 2, Torch 4, Weapon Swap, Axe 2, Axe 3. And then there's something you want to look out for right here.
I feel good.
Dagger 4, stab and poison your foe while evading attacks. It deals increased damage and poison to movement impaired foes. And Dagger 5 just so happens to cripple. So we always want to make sure our target is crippled before we use the 4 to get extra damage out of that. And yeah, it flows pretty smooth. So it'll look something like this. We'll drop our Sharpening Stone, Bonfire, Engage, swap, 3, 5, 4. And as you can see, we've already got 8k bleeds, 3k poisons, and a 1k burning. So pretty hefty damage already. Now from there, it's the main attraction of playing Druid. You get to go into Celestial Avatar form. So, boom. If you'll remember from the Eclipse trait, this now immobilizes. Number 2 now poisons. Number 5 now pulses burning. So what your rotation is going to look like is number 2 into number 3. Oops. Number 2 into number 3 into number 5. And your number 2 should be recharged by that point. Now, one thing to look out for is that your number 2 can be cast while you're casting another skill. So check it out. I'll just channel 5 and then put number 2 down on the ground. So you always want to try to cast that twice every time you're in Celestial Avatar. So just to review, let's go 2, 3, 5, and while we're channeling that, it should come off cooldown, and boom, exit Shroud, or Shroud, exit Avatar. Been playing way too much Necro lately. And then we'll just weapon swap back to our Dagger Torch set, and that's when we want to use our utilities, Spike Trap and Signet of the Wild. And that's going to give huge immobilize, huge bleeding. As you can see, we've got 3.4k bleed just from those 2 skills alone. So the full rotation is going to look something like this. 2, 2, 3, 5, 4, Avatar 2, 3, channel 5, cast 2, and then cast our... Oh no, I'm lagging. Cast our utilities. And then it's just a repeat from there. Your dagger auto does quite a bit of damage. So you can just auto until your number 2 and 3 comes off cooldown. I like to do that once and then swap back to Axe. And then just repeat from there. You can use Entangle, your elite skill, whenever you want. It's always big damage. So I guess that really wraps up this video. Now I'll go ahead and show myself doing a bounty mission with it. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciated the support on the last video. Let's see if we can beat this, or beat that last video with this one. Hopefully we can, but this is Lock Dude Bro signing off.
peak.